Hello and welcome once again to Nomad's World. We're playing 7 Days to Die, and today we are going to do some base testing. What I've got here is I'm doing 12 or 16 horde enemies during the blood moon, and I've still got it set to the easiest level, and all the zombies are set to walk. And what I've done is this here floor is all stainless steel simply because I don't want to have to make repairs to it through all the tests that I'm about to do. All the walls and ceiling stone parts are all first level flagstone. All of the bars up here are iron bars. The bars here are all wood bars. And as you can also see, I have no spikes, no barbed wire, or anything like that. I have my way up right there. The intention is to see if the horde zombies will come around and come in, and the desire is for them to beat on these bars and wall section, trying to get to me, which I'll be in there. And so first thing I wanted to do was a baseline test without traps, and this is obviously the easiest way in for them is through this wood bars. And so we're gonna put it to I'm gonna get inside there, and we're gonna start the horde night. And I am still on cheats. That I do have one disadvantage in this test, in that my level is currently level 80, and we're gonna get some cops and maybe some ferals and whatnot. So, and that's okay. What I really want to do is test whether they will come to this point, or will they beat down the walls to get to me. And we'll go from that point once we have determined that. So we're gonna get this going here. Put it in decimals right there. And if you've watched my previous videos, I had airdrops coming through. I've disabled the airdrops for now so we don't get that extra noise. So we should be able to just focus on going straight into the zombies attacking. And we're going to put God mode and fly on. When they start coming through, I'm just gonna, once we know where they're coming from, got a couple of applications going in the background, so occasionally I get a little stutter stop. Okay, they are some dogs. Let's get off of that. Nope, they're coming through right there. All right, so as you can tell, nothing here. They're coming straight from the wall there. So now we're going to back up a little bit. And we'll kill off these zombies. And we will reset. I'll be right back. I'm going to make some repairs, make some changes, get rid of all these zombies. And then we'll we'll go from there. All right, we are ready to go. What I have done is I've made my repairs, and I took out these 2 blocks and put a wood door, basic wood door. It is unlocked right now, but that doesn't matter to them. And we'll see if they come to the door. A little bit of a gap there. Maybe that'll even be a little bit more of an enticement, and we'll see what they do. And I didn't make any other changes. One thing I'm going to do next is on the next, depending on how this works, is I'll start putting some spikes down and see if we can entice them to not go after the walls. Okay. Okay, I got a dog. Oh. Rid of the dog. Let's get some wood. Okay, we seem to be getting them to come to this point. So they like the door. Okay, so we will back it up a little bit. Our God mode on and fly out of here so we're safe. And I'll take care of the zombies that are... Looks like they still went after the walls themselves also. But we did get them to go after the door. So the next thing to try... Oh. Stop beating on my base. Okay. Get them all? Alright, so I'll repair and I will make some additional changes and see if we can further invite them to this location here instead of the this walls. Now, remember, I was standing right in front of the door. I had been standing a little bit over here at the start, so maybe that caused them to want to be right there. Let's try this next test. Let's see what happens if I'm standing right here. See if that entices them to come over to this direction and then try to go, because their path should be through the door, up the ladder, through the hatch to get to me. That should be the path finding that they're looking for. So we'll make our repairs and we'll give this another shot. Okay, we are back. We've made our repairs. It's exactly like last time. Same, door, wood walls, or wood bars, stones all repaired. This time we're going to be up here. Let's see what happens when we're over here. Hopefully I won't get any buzzards. I can handle a few of them though. Okay, here they come. And we'll eliminate any dogs that come in here. We want to see the zombies themselves. Okay. Come on, guys. Speed it up a little bit. Okay. They've beaten. Yeah, they're beating on any part of the base. Oh, there they go. They're going after the doors. Come on, go after the door. That's your easy. Oh, they broke through. All right, so they broke through the. Let me turn the audio down a little bit. That's probably a little bit distracting. Um, so seems that regardless of the layout so far or where I'm at, they want to be attacking the walls. They're going for the structure, trying to take the whole thing down. Okay. Anybody else? Yep, there's one over here. Straggler. Okay. So I will make repairs, make another change, and we'll go from that one. Okay, this time we've got basically the same setup, except that we've got 3 rows of spikes, wood spikes, going around the outside wall. And what we're going to do is see if this will deter them, because maybe they see these spikes as a threat, so they will hopefully want to come this direction and come into our kill chamber. And so we're going to go ahead and start this. 21. And we'll put it in God mode again so that we're ready to fly out of here. This time we'll be inside again. And hopefully we will and we'll see the dogs first, so we'll be ready for them. Oop. I need to turn that no collision off. There we go. Keep the dogs at bay so that the zombies themselves can be what we're checking out. Okay, I can hear them hitting the traps. Here's the first. Now, with no door here, will that cause the rest of them to come at me here. Drop another door right there. Get right over in the corner. That way maybe they'll have a desire to attack this corner wall here. Not sure that they'll have enough hit points to get through the traps, though. That might have been a little too much for them. Repair that. Oh, I hear a screamer. And we'll end this here in a little bit. Obviously, the idea is, are they coming through the walls? Mostly they're coming here, obviously. This is the easiest way for them. But they are hitting the spikes some, which is okay, but the idea is not so much that they... Oh, there's a spider. We're not really wanting them to go and die on the spikes along the wall. We want them to come into this kill chamber here so that we can kill them ourselves and get the experience. So when they die on the spikes, that's not really what we're looking for. Nope, and they broke a wall piece there. Don't see any other damage. Yeah, they seem to be banging on a wall somewhere. Oh, there it is. Just out of curiosity. Oh, food. And dog food. You'd think that would be attracting them. Alright, so they still are going for the wall, but less than they were before. So let's get rid of the zombies. Let's take a look. No, first we'll get rid of the zombies. any further zombies? No, doesn't look like it. Alright, so take God mode off. Alright, and let's take a look at the damage. So they clipped this corner off here because this was coming out three spike traps straight out from there. They worked their way in right here and here. They got in there. Looks like they banged up against these a little bit. Started working their way here. Worked their way here. So it looks like they did some damage to the stainless steel. Got a few spots. That's pretty weird that they would attack the floor for absolutely no reason. It's not going to help them at all in any shape or form. All right, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to double up the wall and put another. So I'll take this row of spikes out, and I'll put another set of flagstone down, and so that it's twice as thick. And then we'll put another row of spikes so that I still have 3 rows of spikes. All right, so I'll be right back after repairs and rebuild. All right, so now we have our 2 block thick wall and 3 rows of spikes. We're gonna go ahead and head back inside. Got all our repairs done too, even that happened, but all right, we'll just that. There we go. I meant to use that block, that hammer. So a spot here. Needed repair. They must have been jumping up on each other, trying to get up inside. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and set this to the night. That should be fine. God mode on, no collision. Take flying off. And here they come. Sounds like a screamer. Okay, something's hitting the spikes still. I'm obviously taking these ones out that are definitely coming towards the door. Yeah, they're really doing a number on the at least one spot. Oh, that damage on the floor must have been from me shooting. Maybe that's what that was. Not them attacking the floor, it's me shooting. Okay. So I'm not hearing as many on the traps. And it is going to take them longer to break through, obviously. I'm going to go ahead and let this run, and I'll come back if they start to break through. I don't want to drag this out, and I don't want to do a time lapse. So I'll be right back as this when this progresses a little further. All right, we are back, and I went ahead and I don't know why. That's habit. Went ahead and stopped. It was pretty good. Uh, Pretty far into the horde night, so I would say that we were doing pretty good. Now let's. Oh, I guess I can't. So they came through here and started banging on the wall there. They clipped the corner there. Close that door. They clipped more of the corner there. They were trying to break through there, which is basically I was standing right there, and I was standing up. No, I was standing on the block, so maybe a little bit more over, but they seem to avoid this section of the traps. So they still wanted to come through the wall a little bit, but for the most part, they all gravitated in this direction. So the thicker walls seem to be a deterrent for them. Let's rebuild this. And we won't worry about the repairs. We'll just replace. We're not going to deal with those corners. Let's avoid. We'll ignore them. They may start clipping these next ones a little more now, but let's do that. So, all right. So what we're going to do next? Let's try a little bit of barbed wire. And we'll put one row of spikes right on the inside of that. Now what this will do is it'll see if they will revert. Since the last test they went mostly around the sides, I want to see if this will cause them to go back towards attacking the walls. So let me get inside. I'm in God mode, so okay, that'll work. All right, so let's put it back to horde night. And let's see what happens. So the barbed wire should prevent them from, should slow them down. That's the whole point of that, is to slow them down so that you can have more time to shoot at them. A lot of dogs on this time. All right, so we're getting our first zombies coming into this zone here. Rid of him and her. All right, so I will be right back. We'll see what the results are on this test run. All right, we are back, and I'm gonna go out here and assess the damage. They hadn't completely stopped spawning. This one I think was the last one to die. Maybe that was the last of them. Doesn't look like I have to clear up anything, so that must have been the end of the horde. If you watch my last video, it's about 100 zombies that spawn during a horde night, regardless of what your count is. Let's assess the damage here. Looks like they clipped this corner a little bit again. Most of them came inside again. It looks like this one spot here. They came through. They were working on that right there and there. I heard them break this block. Oop, I hear a buzzard. Ooh, that was a good shot. All right. Looks like, oh, they came through here too. A little bit of damage. They didn't really attack like a lot of sections of walls. So they focused on, it sounded like they attacked a wall section, and once it broke, they started to move on or come back around. And I don't know if they came back out and around, or they probably just started running into the spikes and dying. So as they beat this block here down, then they, once it broke, they decided to go this direction, and they were going through the spikes again. So overall, I would say this is pretty good. Double walls. One thing I was thinking of was it may be that they will go around this wall more if you have more spikes and barbed wire out here than you do in the kill zone. All right, that makes it seem easier to come through here than it does to go through all that. I mean, obviously, if you've got 5 rows of spikes here, and you've got 2 here, this would be the easiest way to go through. So what we're going to do next, I'm going to extend this wall out, because the idea is to get a little more, rather than them coming directly around the corner and then being able to be shot, I want them to be a little more susceptible to a channel. I want to see if they will come down the channel, down the trough, a little more. So we will extend this wall out to here. And obviously I was planning on doing this all along because I've already got the ceiling done. And then we'll put the spikes and Yeah, I think we'll just leave it at 3. No, we'll go to 5 all around the outside. And then we'll put... Oh, no, I don't want that. We'll put a row there of that and another row of barbed wire. We'll have a couple of spaces and then this row, and we'll see if these 4 still draw their attention as opposed to the 3 out here. And I have a feeling they will go after the walls again, but they are still double thick, so we'll see how that goes. I'll be right back. All right, we've got our... I went ahead and did 5 rows of spikes. We're gonna do a different kind of a test on this run, and first we'll get through here. Okay, and we will close the door, and let's exit for a moment. Continue. Advanced. Let's bump this up to 64 enemies. Now remember, we're only having to deal with 100. So regardless, it's just they're all going to be coming. The bulk of them are going to come all at once. So we're going to start. And we'll see how this plays out. See what our results are. Loading, 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 not responding. Loading, initializing. Game takes a little while to load still. Hopefully they'll do something about that when they begin to optimize the game a little bit more before it comes out to the beta version instead of alpha. All right, now let's turn the audio down a little bit more. It's gonna get a little noisy. And we'll apply that. And we want bug on survival. So the first one gives me this menu here and allows me to do whatever. And then the other one, weather survival, makes temperature not be a factor. So, all right, next, bump this up to 10 o'clock. Let's open this door. Give them every reason to come through this way. I hear a little bit of breakage on the traps on the sides. A lot of traps being broken right now. So far, none of them are wanting to come this direction. They may be coming through the traps, though. Okay, so there's the first one. 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 10. That's 20. That's 30. It's 52. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60, 61, 2, 63, 64, 65, 66, 69, 70, 77, 80. Could be about 20 more. Still hear a couple. 1 or 2 out there. Let's go take a look. Oh. The rest died on the traps. We'll make sure we're cleared. So they did quite a number. Still going after this one section here. Probably the same on the other side. Looks like they hit that a little bit. Broke a block there again. Ooh, they broke quite a bit over here. Even broke some bars. These were no, this was a block. That's right. That was a flagstone block. All right. So this is where they did the most damage. But none of them broke through, and it doesn't look like they did any damage at all to the inner blocks. So I'm gonna call that a video. Hopefully this information will help people come up with some additional ideas. Um, Radio Man, this is a lot for you. All right. Um, this is your design, or basically your concept, and I've just kind of done some different tests with it, and hopefully this will help you. Obviously, two walls that are two blocks thick seem to be a help. Um, I'm still kind of curious whether the uh, five rows of spikes was more of a deterrent than this was. I could do a test on that, but I'm not going to do that on this video. Obviously, if these were upgraded more, you'd have less damage. But overall, if you could build this base basically like this, forget the iron. These could be wood. That doesn't matter. That was just purely because I was gonna be up. I was gonna try being up there at one point, but I changed my mind on that. So mostly I was just down there trying to get them to come to me. So proof of concept seems to work, but you do need to have like extra spikes. One thing I could probably do is on a new test is no spikes on the outside. See if they beat on the walls more, and see if that's because if that's the case, they start beating on the walls purely because I got 4 rows of spikes, 4 rows of traps here, and I got nothing out here. Obviously, beating on the walls is more lucrative for them. That would be a good test to try. Radio, you also had an idea of maybe putting a trench along the outside. I may try that. I may do another video, put a trench along the outside, see if that deters them from going through the spikes. Like maybe right here in the middle, have 2 rows of spikes, a trench that's 1 wide, just purely to see what happens, and then 2 more rows of spikes. And then also do a test of nothing on the outside other than the double thick wall and these 4 rows here. Obviously, again, disclaimer, I am cheating. I've got a gun that is the developer's gun, so it's 1 shot, 1 kill, basically. But it's not about that. It's about getting the zombies to come into this channel here to come at you so that you can be back in there shooting at them. If you're just looking for a base to defend yourself during horde night, because all you want to do is just survive it without dying, I would recommend double thick walls, 5 rows of traps. Obviously, these are stage 1 flagstone. That's pretty easy to get. You wouldn't need that many because you don't need to have all this extending out here. You could have, like a 5x5 room. I would put stairs going up onto the ceiling with some bars so that you can shoot down if they did happen to get inside, and make sure to put a ceiling over you in case buzzards occur. I really like using the bars because then I can shoot down at them, gain some of that XP. So, 64 zombies on easy level is doable. if you've got ammo and a decent gun. Um, I don't know that you would be able to do it with a bow and like iron arrows or steel arrows, but maybe with some Molotov cocktails. As long as you're not radio and set yourself on fire 2 or 3 times, Um, I've played around with the Molotovs. I don't know all the mechanics on that, so I've set myself on fire and I just stopped using them because that wasn't what I was trying to accomplish. Um, so if you've got any other ideas, I've got two. I've got the trench idea and I've got the no traps out here with double thick walls. Can you get the majority of them? I mean, obviously I got 80 out of the 100 to come through here into the kill chamber. They did do a lot of damage, but the ones that did the damage probably are the ones that also mostly died in these traps. So I don't know that they would have continued to pound on the wall. A lot of times I see them pound on something and then they move on. If you've ever gone to a house, you wake the zombies up inside, they'll pound on a spot, and then they might move to another spot instead of breaking down the rest of it. They tend to like to focus on one block, like this block right here. They bust this, and rather than bust this so they can go through, they go and move to a different spot. So once they start pounding on something, they seem to become fixated on that particular block um, until they bust it through. Even almost to the point that if you were to bust through another spot and come around, that they would continue to pound on that spot. I know that's not completely accurate because they will, once they see you, they will stop and come at you. But they do seem to be fixated on specific blocks once they've started pounding on one. That could be a game mechanic you could make use of somehow. I don't know how, but so hopefully y'all got some information in this video that is useful. Make you feel a little more secure on your Horde nights. This was obviously day 7 Horde night, and with cheats. So, but I was again. I'm at level 86. I did have some cops. I heard some screamers. I had some spider zombies. A bunch of dogs, especially on this one. It's random. So hopefully that helps you to design your base, so you can enjoy the game. A lot of people enjoy the game except for Horde Nights, and Horde Night seems to be kind of the plan. You come to the 7th day and you've got to. Oh, I am destroying everything. But if you like this video, go ahead and share, like, and subscribe. And also, again, a shout out to Radioman for the ideas you've got. Keep them coming. I'll keep testing anything you want me to test to see if we can't find a more reliable method of getting this to work or something different. And I'm going to watch some other videos of some other people and see if I can't utilize some of their information. And we'll go from there. So, thank you for watching. Until next time.